Welcome back to Ori Soaps and Bubbles. We have an exciting and hopefully helpful video for you today. As always, we are open to suggestions. If there is a soap you want us to make on our channel for you to see and for you to see the outcome, we will definitely do that. Just leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much and always enjoy. Previously on Ori Soaps and Bubbles.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Ori Soaps and Bubbles, or OSB. We're going to actually fix the almond, olive oil, shea butter, and sunflower soap once again. And how we're going to fix it this time? Well, I'm going to continue the pattern. If you didn't get a chance to see the last video and see everything on how to fix it and the stages we were at, I'm going to play that complete stage all the way through for you and then go into stage number 3 or part 3. That way the video isn't too long or too short and everybody can stay caught up with everything. Let's get started.
Okay, so we're going to kind of take this one off, and hopefully you can see how I'm getting it off, because it's just too sticky. And if you're a soaper and you've had this happen to you and you're watching this, I'm probably going about it the wrong way to fix it, but I don't know. It would be great if you guys give me some critiques. Okay. So I didn't stick the other one up here. Let me get it up here so I can tell you how much this is all together. And this is just a diatomaceous because remember, we didn't get a chance to pour this on top of the other soaps. And I can put this over here in the water so that we can actually... Oh, I wanted to show you guys it does suds up pretty much a lot. I'll show you that in a moment. But I'll just let that sit. Okay, so let's look and see how much we have. We have 1.429, so about 1 pound and 30 ounces of soap here. If we were doing 2 pounds of soap in that very same way, we will only need 9 ounces of propylene glycol. So to tell me if I did this part right, with 1.429 pounds of soap, and that means last time it was just like a, and I think this was the African man one. Yeah. No, it wasn't. Oh no, it wasn't. It was the African woman. So we were making. So that tells me, and I'm writing this down real quick. We have that written down. I'm going to put it in the pot and let it melt down. So let's go ahead, put it over in there, allow it to melt down, and tear that out. We can turn this off, and I'm going to move this over to the side here. Sorry, you guys are shaking a bit. And I'm going to put this over on the other side there, out of the way. And now we have the soap in here, and it should melt down pretty quickly. Actually, I'm going to use the same top right here. Now, we're going to weigh out our propylene glycol. Put that up there. And I'm going to take these off for a moment. No, I won't. I'll just try to work with what I got. Here's what we're going to do. Sorry, you guys are shaking again. we have everything covered. That's melting. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. Oh, let's take it out of the units and put it back in our ounces. We're gonna tear that out, and now that we have it teared out, we're gonna measure out 9 ounces of propylene glycol. Okay, that's about 9 ounces of propylene glycol. I thought I was going to need the other one. I'll leave it there just in case I do. And with this 9 ounces going into 1.429 pounds or 22.86 ounces, then we can see if that thins it out. Now, the one that we're working on right now is called bentonite clay. I'm going to show you where we have it in the freezer, and that's gonna kind of, let me pull this out because this is gonna sit in the freezer, and we're gonna see if it hardens up a bit. If it doesn't harden up a bit, then we know we need to melt that one down, weigh that one out. And if it's just about the same, about almost 2 pounds by itself, then I believe that is a 2-pound mold. Then we're going to add 9 ounces. But we're first going to try it with the bentonite clay bar to see if that fixes it. Let's bring you over and show you that the soap still works. That's one thing I need to let you know. It does still work. It really, really does work. Okay, so I have soap on my hands. Maybe kind of hard to see, maybe too much light, maybe, I don't know.
So on this part, I actually showed you how the soap reacts to water by testing it out with you guys. And also, you got a chance to hear me talk about sugar in the freezer, but I didn't realize about the video part. So I do apologize about that. Now, we're going to keep continuing working on this, and there is going to be a part 3, so stay tuned so you can see exactly how I add everything in, and see you next time.
Melting down. Not at the stage I want it at though, not yet. It's getting there. So we're just gonna let that sit and just continually melt down. Once it gets all melted down, I started to melt this on the stove and then pour it over in here and let it slowly do it from there. And I think I may switch and do that. So if you're switched over to the stove, that means I went ahead and switched it to the stove. And made it a lot faster to melt down. And then I poured it back into the bigger pot and washed my other pot. Okay. Yeah. I think we're going to go ahead and do that. There we go. And I'm not too much worried about the colors or anything. I just first want to get this process done and this fixed, if that makes sense. So here it is inside the pot. Maybe that's too close and you guys can't really see that. Sorry. Here it is inside the pot. I'm gonna bring you up just a bit so you can see exactly what's happening. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. I'm going to put it on about a medium high. And I'm going to push this over into the pot. I still have my other pot on and it's still at that high point. And we may be able to do the whole thing right here on the stove.
So here, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and watch me melt all this soap down directly on top of the stove. I tried to fix the camera to get you closer to make things a lot easier for you, and I apologize if it's not that great for you, but I definitely tried to do my best so that way you can see in the pot. Instead, I opted for you guys to see through the see-through lid instead of the closed lid that came with the pot. Now, please understand, I do have a very cautious part of me where I won't use any pots that I'm cooking regular food in. If it's used for anything in my kitchen, like actual cooking, I won't use it. So everything is labeled. We know what pots are for the soaps and what pot is for actual food that we eat out of. Other than that, we don't bother it at all. So as this melts down, I wanted you guys to see that process on the stove. And then we're going to go right back into the crock pot to keep it at that temperature. So that way we can get it back into the mold and add any additives that we need to add to it, such as sugar water, salt water, maybe propylene glycol. And I explained what that was in the last video or at the very beginning of this one. And we're going to see how this all works out. So thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to like, follow, and share, and subscribe to this channel. We do have a goal, and it's free for you to help just by hitting that like and subscribe button. Give me thumbs up or thumbs down and leave some comments. Thank you so much. Let's keep going.
All right, so we're gonna put it back in here, melt it down the way it is. Let me grab my handy dandy wooden spoon. And if I need to add any water at all, the water I would add would be sugar water. It's not going to be regular water. So let me get the rest of this bentonite clay out this pot, because that's what kind of bar it was supposed to be, which is pretty funny. All right, now I'm gonna sit this over in the sink. Ooh, look at all those bubbles. Bubbles, 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 bubbles. Hey! That's what I'm talking about. Let me show you guys what I mean about Ori soaps and bubbles. This is what I'm talking about. A pot filled with bubbles. Okay. That's where I get the name from, Ori soaps and bubbles. At this point, it's back in the pot over here, and there's like a couple of very small pieces. Let me bring you down into the pot here. We're gonna work this out and get it right together. So I'm gonna add in a little bit of the propylene glycol, not a whole bunch of it at once. Remember, it was only 9 ounces that we weighed out. And I'm gonna stir that in. See if we can get this from being so sticky. And I'm gonna keep stirring it in. I'm not adding any more vegetable glycerin. I may add some more sugar water solution. And if we do, it'll probably be 3 ounces more to the almost 2 pounds of soap that's in here. And then we're gonna mold it. So we added this to it, as that sticky stuff looks like it's about gone. I'm not sure. So let this kind of heat up a bit. I have it on, okay, it's right at the temp. Let me check the temp. Gonna turn it down just a little bit. And if this works, that means most of all of them, I need to melt them down and add some more propylene glycol to it. All right, so I'm gonna top this up, let it finish doing what it do. Let me get my other spoon. Oh wow, that changed rather quickly right before our eyes. I think at this point I want to take and pour it in the mold. I know we have these little pieces here on top, but I believe at this point we can get it into the mold right now. Let me go grab a mold that I have that is free that I could use and probably put it back in the donut mold, because that's so much better. No stickiness. And all I did at this point was just added the propylene glycol, a little bit more to the mixture, and that was almost 2 pounds of soap. Not quite 2 pounds, just a little bit less than 2 pounds. Let me get my mold. Let's turn this off. Okay, so we got it. All right, so now what I want to do is get it in the mold, and I'm just gonna kind of pour. I'm not gonna try to fit it all in there great and accurate at this point. Now that it's not sticky, is at the point where we needed it the first time, you know. So that tells me in my recipe I didn't put enough propylene glycol in there, and that's why they're sticky. We're gonna test out the other one in just a bit. All right, upsy daisy out of the pot. Slide the pot over. I'm gonna slide this over. I don't need, there we go. And now all I'm gonna do is just pour. Well, I didn't even think it was going to be enough to fill them. And it was, well, I still have a tiny bit more. Okay. So, oh, that one isn't filled all the way. Hold on. That one isn't filled all the way. This one isn't filled all the way. That one isn't filled all the way. I'm not moving this off here. So I'm just gonna let it sit. And I think I gotta go grab my other mold just to mold one. Okay, so I'll be right back. I'm not gonna move it because it does need to cool down. But I didn't flash out my my oils that I put in it, the scent. I didn't flash that out, which was great. We got that there. Excitement this makes me, or how happy this makes me. Okay, so I have these little tiny silicone molds. If that fills up all of one, I didn't think it was gonna fill it up, but if that fills up all of one, then great. If not, I brought extra. Read all about it. All right, let's sit this over to the side, and we're going to pour this in. Okay, so that one was filled. I'm gonna slide you over to the left, and then I'm gonna grab another one. I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited. I couldn't find any information online about it. I just kind of prayed and waited for an answer. When I got my answer of what to add. And now I'm just gonna let that slide over. And those are gonna sit in the freezer and see if that one is doing much better. But if not, we know how to fix it now. So if you ever have a batter that comes out as sticky as mine did, and you're trying to get it to the liquid point, and you probably added some more oils into it, then the best thing to do is to put it back in the pot, melt it down, and add propylene glycol. And we already went through the measurements of how much I added in there with it. I'm just trying to move this over, guys. So if I do have to melt the other one, I'm not moving those around. If this wasn't so wobbly and I put it on a pan when I poured it, I probably would have stuck it in the freezer for about an hour and then pulled it out and let it sit. But that's perfectly fine. Here's the pot here. The other one is washing. And yeah, so I will bring you guys back when that timer goes off. We'll look at the other one, and we'll also look and see how this one is going. And let's stay inspired and upbeat about this, because this is awesome. I couldn't find this information, nowhere online at all, period. So talk to you in a little bit. Later. Loved Ori Soaps and Bubbles video? Head down to the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get those notifications. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you like the video, and leave a review so that way we know what we can improve on. It's very much appreciated, and as always, have the most excellent day. Ori Soaps and Bubbles.